Hey everyone, it's Adam here with Otherworldly Culture. Today on Inside the Still Cage, we're going to talk a little bit about Shinsuke Nakamura. We will not be talking about action figures. We won't be talking about his current tag team with Rusev and how Vince McMahon loves using foreigners as heels. What we will be talking about is his autobiography, King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura 1980 through 2014. Now, if you bought a copy of this at Barnes and Noble, there's chances are it's an autographed copy. Not sure how many of those they made or have left. The book is 340 pages. It's basically interview format with an interview conducted by Yu Suzuki in 2014. The book focuses a lot on Nakamura's NJPW career, which it should because it's an NJPW book, is originally released through them and then recently translated and released stateside with his rise in WWE. There's a few mentions of La Sombra, who's better known as Andrade Cien Almas in WWE, Finn Balor, who went by Prince Devitt at the time, Carl Anderson, Kenta, who's known stateside as Hideo Itami. He also mentions classic NJPW wrestlers like Antonio Inoki and current stars like Tanahashi and Okada. So there's a wealth of knowledge in the book. He talks a little bit about Showa style and strong style. Um, he also gets a little bit into how he wanted to be a wrestler because he perceived himself as weak and was a wrestling fan growing up. It talks about his amateur career where in high school he had faced some people that went on to also perform in NJPW where he'd faced them there or tag team with them there. So all of that was interesting. What I didn't like, I'm not too familiar with NJPW. I became a fan of it 6 months to a year ago when I noticed they were showing it on Access TV here in the States. Um, I haven't jumped in on their subscription yet because it's web-based only versus having an app like uh WWE Network or how Ring of Honor's kind of partnered with Fight TV to where Honor Club members can also view everything through the Fight TV app. So I'm not too familiar with the older NJPW stuff, but from what I gathered, it seems like it went through turbulence at a time where promoters were doing things that didn't make sense and um I found that kind of interesting, kind of a way I'd compare it to maybe the current state of WWE or even the Monday Night Wars when WCW bit the dust. But the thing that just killed it for me was the interview format. I felt like some of the humor or sarcasm may not have translated well as if it was written by Nakamura in his own words. Also, I wish I would have elaborated on they were talking about him training to become a heavyweight, and he kind of said he is eating 10,000 calories a day, but they didn't really go into his training regimen that would qualify for that because you always hear wrestlers, football players, any type of pro athlete, they're eating 6 to 10 meals a day, and I kind of want to know more about like what your training's like to where you're doing that. You're not just doing cardio and lifting weights. There's more to it than that. Um, I'd say if you're a hardcore fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling or Nakamura, the book's definitely worth picking up. If you're a middle of the road fan, I'd say you could probably skip it. It wasn't a great book, but it wasn't a bad book. It's one of those ones I don't know if I'd read again, but I'm glad I checked it out. So, if, like I said, if you're a huge Nakamura fan or in JPW, this is definitely a book for you.